Today we are at the Charlotte Street Foundation Studios, which is home to many local artists and arts organizations, including Kansas City Public Theater, whose founder we're interviewing today, who is hosting Monday Theater Labs at the Arts Bar. And Elizabeth Bowman, thank you for being here with us today.
Yeah, thank you for featuring us.
And you're part of a thriving theater community, and you've not been around as long as the other theaters. What made you decide to start?
Yeah, well, myself and our other co-founder, Nathan Bowman, we have been involved in Kansas City Theater for at least 10 years, and it is a great, thriving atmosphere. And everybody actually has been very supportive of us in our endeavor, because we've realized as artists that even for us to go see our friends' shows or to see anything else within that's been going on, it costs $40 or more just to go see the show. So as artists, we want to keep going. It's not as accessible since there is that price tag on it. And so we decided to make it, to take down that barrier and make free theater, so not only us and our friends can go see professional quality theater, but people around the city can have the same access as we do. It's also not necessarily as accessible because location. It's intimidating to go to big fancy theaters. And so we really wanted to break down barriers. So our mission is to have free theater, which is pretty radical if you think about it. And so far, we've been able to stick to that mission. And that's what makes us different.
And how long have you been around?
Since November of 2017.
So you're not even a year old?
No, we're coming up on it.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And can you tell us about the first Monday's Theater Lab?
Yeah, so that was our very first program that we decided to do. We thought it was one of the most important things that we could add to the city. And so it is a safe place for artists to create and for new theater patrons to come experience art. And it's free every single time. And we are in the Arts Bar, the Uptown Arts Bar. They are very generous and let us be there every first Monday of the month. And so some of the programming that we do includes staged readings by local playwrights. Our most recent one was by Priska Jabet Kendagor, and she's a local playwright in Kansas City. And that was really great because we not only got to put up one of her shows on its feet in a staged reading atmosphere, but we also could work with her personally and help her develop the play. And she could take what we were doing and add it to what she liked or take away what she didn't like, because she could actually see it up on its feet.
So it's literally a lab?
Yes, yeah.
A creative lab?
Yeah.
And what's the November first Monday?
So in November, we are going to do The Madness of Lady Bright. It's a one act by Lanford Wilson, who is actually from the area. He passed away, I believe, in the 80s. But he was very prolific in the early 1960s, the 70s, and he had a lot of work that was produced off-Broadway and on Broadway as well. And so this is one of his very first, very famous plays, and it's one of his more experimental plays.
So you're really about keeping it local too. So you have local contemporary playwrights that are working things out, using the lab to work things out and to grow their work. But then you have established local giants whose work may not be on people's radar, or people may not know that they were local or they are local. So that's a great way to expose folks to a variety of plays and works.
Yeah, and that goes back to our accessibility too, because us in Kansas City, a lot of people don't go to New York all the time. We watch TV shows like Law and Order or Friends or whatever, and it's all in New York. We don't have that background, that we haven't lived there. That's not about us. So we want to keep it accessible. Playwrights who are from the area still have the same vernacular and background as people from around here, and it's an easy access into the theater.
And how many people come from month to month?
Usually we have about 30 to 40. The space only holds we found about 60. We were bursting at the seams, which was great. But it's actually a pretty intimate space.
And what other programs do you have besides First Mondays on your menu of programs?
So we have our theater lab program, which is our monthly program. We have our main stage program, which is we try to do 3 main big productions a year, and so usually that's in the spring, summer, and the fall. Recently we did Medea with Bruce R. Watkins and the Brush Creek Amphitheater, which was really great. That was open to everybody. We had a lot of people who would just stop because they saw something was happening in their neighborhood, and they would come back later. And that was really neat.
So those are public city spaces, actually,
Yes.
which is great that you're utilizing. So, and you're exposing folks to those spaces. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And if people want to know more about your organization or about the performances, because all of them are free, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Including the ones that you just mentioned.
Yes.
Okay, where would be the best place to go?
So if they go to kcpublictheater.org, they can find us. They can also find us on any social media platform, and it's at Kansas City Public Theater.
Great. Well, Elizabeth, thank you so much for telling us more about your organization, and congratulations on your 1-year anniversary that's coming up.
Great. Thank you.
The Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund supports local nonprofits that bring cultural, social, educational, and recreational activities to our area. To learn about additional upcoming events, visit kcmo.gov/NTDF.